looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down. Come on, fellas.
Six nothing our score after 1.
Cowboys 6, Jets nothing.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll set up to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Johnson running right. Gets around him. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A fumble lost last week. Now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To Johnson again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, creates a penalty.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They run with Harris. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
On the run, it's Campbell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. On 3rd down, Holmes. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Go. Check it back. Rock it. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back to you.
2nd and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 42-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
He's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Hey, Haywood. Get out.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
This will be fielded at the 17. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, 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 hey.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw, and he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here's Matt Wild now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Ross on the return. Shifts by him. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 71 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line. Pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand them up, but they end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 5-yard line now. Second and goal. They go to Johnson again. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
61, matchbox lights.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
At their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or...
And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
At the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Campbell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down. 10-2 stop. Look at me. Go. Ready?
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Chris don't travel.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 2.
They'll run with a big man, Campbell. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
30 base.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10, going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, Sam off. Ready?
Now back to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no! It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back.
Ready? 18 Gators. All day, all day, all day. Go.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Johnson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double time.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Down. 10 Lobo. Protein spill. I'm coming after you.
They're going to look to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going out offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. Back to throw here. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 17. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Ingram, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.